Hi, I'm Rachel, and this is my Author's Answer video for November 2025. The Author's Answer series was brought to BookTube by J.D. Archer. He and his online writing group used to maintain a blog where they would ask and answer themselves reading and writing related questions, one per week. And then JD took a bunch of those questions and also answered them on his AuthorTube channel. So I'll link to the blog and his AuthorTube presence down below, and I'll also link to my own playlist for AuthorTube, because for the past several years I have been answering these questions sequentially, one per month. And yeah, it's been a while now and still going strong. We are up to question number 104. And the question I am answering is, what is the most important piece of writing advice anyone has ever given you? And this seems apropos to talk about during Nano, not only because it's good to, follow good writing advice, especially when you're trying to, jam out this many words in 1 month, but I think this is something that really came to me the most several years ago during NaNoWriMo, and it took me a ridiculous amount of time to kind of come to this place, and I feel like I'm still not even completely there. But anyway, it was just 1 year. The metaphor really got to me and stuck with me, and the metaphor is that writing is a lot like chiseling away at a statue, and that first you have to accept that you start with a block of marble, and that it's going to take a few passes to get to an actual shape that, of something recognizable you're trying to get to. And so to me, that really opened the doors to understand that I didn't have to beat myself up so much about my first draft. And that the point was to get the first semblance of a story and then go back in more and more passes to chisel it down to something more like art. That being said, there's a couple problems. First of all, my imposter syndrome doesn't ever seem to go away, and it slows me down sometimes. And secondly, speaking as someone now in the revision process, the question is, how many passes do you get where it's still more hunk of marble than something artistic? But maybe that's being cruel too. Maybe it's all about just moving in the right direction. More the journey than the destination, especially when you're not on deadline, I suppose. But yeah, I really like that metaphor, and even when I struggle with writerly self-esteem, it's just something I try to go back to as inspiration to keep me going in the right direction, because really the worst thing to happen, after all, is to be so intimidated by starting at all that nothing ever gets done. And I do have to say for myself, to pat myself on the back with my revisions, at least I have started to hunk away at that block of marble. We're not just looking at a shapeless form anymore. So that about covers it for me now. Once again, I'll leave links to all my AuthorTube and Author's Answer info down below. And since we are still in Nano month, you should see me next on this channel in the near future for my NaNoWriMo Week 4 vlog. Stay tuned for that. And then shortly after that, I will do my November book haul video. So we're trucking forward here. Things are getting done. And I hope they're getting done for you too, especially if you're taking part in NaNoWriMo or there's a lot of things that have followed in the wake of the nonprofit being shuttered, and I feel so grateful to all of that. I talk about it a lot in my vlogs, that, Nano isn't completely over, and there's a lot of people who take inspiration from, this long history, and there's still lots of community out there, so I hope you're being able to find what you need to go forward if you want to take part in this challenge. And yeah, in the meantime, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Keep writing, and I'll see you next time.